So if you're watching this and you're in your late 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, whatever age, you might be thinking, I wish I travelled the world when I was younger. It was easier. But what if I told you that's not necessarily true? You can travel the world at any age. And in this video, I'm going to show you how you can do it. If you want to travel and you want to see the world, you have to do it when you're young. If you don't do that, you've missed your window and you will not see the world and you'll be stuck. But is this really true? Some of us don't have the opportunity to take a gap year for financial reasons. We might not have the money when we're younger, but now we're older and we've got a good job. We can. And what I'm trying to tell you is that dream that you have right now can be achieved still. It doesn't matter how old you are. Now, I'm not saying taking a gap year isn't a good option, because if you're watching this and you're younger and the opportunity is sitting there in front of you, go and do it. So for me personally, when I actually left school, university, I had other dreams, I had other ambitions. I was in and out of bands for about 10 years and I was actually a full-time tour musician for 5 of them years. And I had to put absolutely everything into it. I didn't have any time to travel because I was constantly on tour. Now, before some of you say that being on tour is traveling, if you think sitting on a tour bus, going to a venue, getting back on the tour bus, going to a venue, getting back on that tour bus, touring in a venue, is travelling, then sure, but for me, that isn't defined travelling. However, when my touring contract started to come to an end, I was 27, and I realised that actually I wanted to travel a lot more, and I worried, being 27 and needing to start my career, that I'd missed that opportunity. I was thinking, how can I find a way to travel without it hindering or stopping the career that I now need to build? And through research and perseverance, I found a way to do it. Since 2017, I've actually visited 18 cities in 5 different countries. I've managed to do a Californian road trip, going to San Francisco, seeing Yosemite. I've gone down the Adriatic coast to Croatia. I've gone to Barcelona, I've gone to Rome. And if it weren't for COVID, I would have been traveling through Southeast Asia as well, but we've all had that issue. And so what I've done for you is break down my methods into 5 simple steps. And make sure you pay attention to all of them, because I feel they're all vitally important into helping you achieve that dream that you want to do. So tip number 1 is be smart with how you book. So I've done actually a more of an in-depth video of how you can do this, and I'll just link it up above me here and it'll be linked in the description below. And the principal point of it is to try and be independent. Don't rely on travel agents. Book your own flights, book your own hotels, book your own off-piste tours. Because this is the best and most importantly, the cheapest way in which you're able to do it. And I know it's quite daunting at first to do, because you're worried that, well, what if I book that hotel and the site I booked it from isn't legit, and then it goes wrong, and then I won't catch my flight, and then this will there's so many things that can go wrong. But just the more you do it, the more you'll start to figure it out, and most importantly, you become more of an independent traveller. And this is the most important part. If you let go and step away from them travel agents, you will find it cheaper to do, and therefore it won't hinder you when you need to save and pay for things that you normally do later on in life. And this leads actually quite nicely to the second point, which is be independent. What we tend to like to do is find ourselves a travel buddy, find someone we can go with, because it is quite daunting going away to a far-flung country on your own. And as scary as it is initially doing, it's so worth it, because you're in control then. Because I'm sure some of you had the point where you're out with your friends, you're having a few drinks, you think, do you know what, we should all go away together, we should all do this, and everyone's all in board, we're like, yeah, let's do it. But then actually when it comes to it, somebody, oh, could you send me the money for that, I found a good flight, oh yeah, I'll send it to you next week, and then it just kind of all happens, and then it spittles out, and then you don't actually go. Whereas you're sitting there, you actually do want to go, and you're thinking, oh, I wish they would just come together, I wish they would just go. Well, what's stopping you? That's the thing you've got to ask yourself, what's stopping you? You can go and book that trip now. After watching this video, you can just go and book a holiday straight away on your own. Doesn't matter. Because at the end of the day, the person that suffers the most is you. You don't get to go and see the places in the world that you really want to go and see. And although it may be daunting at first, once you've done it, it will get easier. The more you do it, the easier it will get. And to be honest, you might actually find that you prefer it after a while. When you go away with people, you don't, oh, you know, they haven't got up yet, they haven't done this, or I want to go and see this. You think, oh, I can go off and do things on my own and see it how I want it, when I want to see it. And by doing that, you can actually react to mistake fares, which sometimes are there for only about half an hour to an hour. That way you find it, you go, bang, I've booked a flight, okay, great. If you can find other people to go with you, great. But the point is it's not going to stop you from going, and that is what's so important about being more independent. Now, the third step is save money. Now, this seems like one of the most obvious points that you can make. Well, you're looking at me now thinking, well, how is this advice? Of course, I know I need to save money to go on a holiday, or I need to travel anywhere. But you'd be surprised the amount of people that don't actually do it. They talk a lot about wanting to travel because the idea of it is really great, and then actually when it comes around to doing it, they're a bit daunted by it. And the point is, if you really want to travel, you really want to do something, you should dedicate to it. So for me personally, I actually set myself a budget. I'm only going to spend this much this week, because that means I can save this much at the end of the month, and that can go towards my holiday fund. And this holiday fund is one that I dip into time and time and time again. And this is one of the most crucial parts of how I'm able to build a career, to save up for a house, to pay my bills, to run my car, to do all the things you have to do in adult life. But I make sure that I've always got money aside that I know I can book a holiday with. Now, obviously, you have to find a way of doing this cheaply. And lucky enough, I've actually done 2 videos on that. Again, they're linked down in the description, and another one about how to get cheapest flights is linked above me now. So you can go, wait, watch this video first and then go and click on it. But in that video, I do actually discuss step by step, again, like I am in this video, of how you can save money through your flights. And so it really comes down to the point that if you really want to do something, you will. And if you don't, you'll make an excuse. Someone told me that when I was back in the music industry, and it really stuck with me, and it's true. You know, when people are being flaky, and this is what goes back to the second point of being independent, they're always going to find a way of not going, and that's where you just have to take control yourself. And that's the most important thing, is taking control and doing it, saving the money, being independent, because this is going to make your life so much easier. And for example, if you think, well, I really want to go to Vietnam, and I've watched your videos, Jack, I've seen how you can find cheap flights. Oh God, look at this, I found £450 return trip to Vietnam. Awesome, okay, great. Well, I cannot, oh, right, but I haven't saved up that, and I've got to pay for this now, and you know, I've got that bill coming in, and okay, well, I have to wait a little bit. Okay, well, I'll wait a few more months. I'll get to them a few more months. Oh, great. Right, I've got the money now. Oh, can I buy tickets? Oh, but now that they're more expensive now, and oh, I can get it in this month, but that's when it's in rainy season. Oh, okay, well, I'll wait next year then. And it happens over and over again. You miss the opportunity. Whereas if that money's there at that point, you can go, oh, I really want to go. Oh, great. Oh, there's the money. Yeah, great. Paid for. Done. That's how you do it. You can be more decisive because you've saved up the money, preparing for a trip that you may not have anticipated for previously. Now, my fourth point is find the latest travel apps or booking apps that you can use and to download onto your phone. Now, it might seem a little bit frivolous at this point. It's kind of, well, where do I even start to do that? Well, I'm actually going to show you one of these apps today, and it's a free app called Lucky Trips. Now, I can get it up on my phone here, and you can see it's just got a little home screen there. If you can see it, is it going to focus? Okay, it didn't want to focus on that. But what we have here, I'm going to have a little bit of a screen so you can see what I'm doing on my phone, is you're able to set the budget and also set your location and some dates that you want to use. So for now, you have an option here called, and you'll see it, it's got Lucky Dates, or you can pick specific dates on your calendar. Now, just for the purpose of this video, I'm actually just gonna go with the lucky dates here. Now, what you're able to do as well is select the kind of holiday that you want, be it adventure or beach or a chill holiday or anything like that. But just for the purpose of the video, we're just gonna have lucky dates and everything selected on different hot type of holidays. And so we think, okay, we're all done there. Let's just search that and see what comes up. And so as it's looking right now, trying to find me a little bit of a cheaper holiday. It's taking a while. There we go, okay. This is quite cool. So what I've got here is Paris, which is 2 nights But for per person, and this is going to include flights by the way, is £139. Now obviously this is from London, so if you're watching this somewhere in North America, it's going to cost you a little bit more. But obviously remember, these trips will be based on where you're situated, so you still might be able to find some really cheap holidays from your area as well, so don't feel like this app isn't for you. And what it also does though, it shows you, so here is the hotel that it's recommended, and it gives you a little bit of a review from booking.com, and if we go down, it shows you a little bit more of the details of it. It actually shows you some of the things that you can see in different places. Oh, that's quite a good selfie there. And also tells you the kind of the weather that's going to be that time of year, and actually gives you the breakdown of the flights as well. So we're on EasyJet and we're flying on the 1st of July, coming back on Saturday the 3rd of July. I mean, this isn't bad, is it? And this is what I mean, we can do this time and time and time again, and just for the point of purpose, I'm going to search again right now and let's see what comes up. Okay, Zadar in Croatia, 3 nights, £153. This is what I mean, this app is absolutely incredible. It can help you find some really good, cheap, quick breaks with not a lot of research, and it's helped me find some really, really good trips. So my 4th tip right now is to download Lucky Trips, and if you have done it, please let me know in the comments down below what you found. I love to see people benefiting from some of the tips that I've shared. And so we've come around to the 5th point, which to me is actually one of the most important ones that I found, is take multiple trips within one break. Now, what I mean by this is to do a kind of like an interrailing kind of thing. If some of you don't know what interrailing is, it's where you buy one ticket in Europe and you kind of go around to different cities. And kind of the only way that you're able to do this is do it independently, which kind of comes back to my first point where I say don't book with travel agents, because you're not able to take control of these situations. You're not able to plan the exact trip that you want. You have to kind of bend to their rules somewhat, and that hinders you and also becomes more expensive in the long run. And so an example of this is I once wanted to travel around Austria and Germany and different places like that, and I started off in the Bavarian Alps, and I really wanted to go to Vienna, and I found a way, right, okay, I'm going to get a train, hop on that, really, really nice. But then through some research, I actually found that if I go from Vienna to Bratislava and fly there, I can get a flight to Berlin for €7. So I think, which is unbelievable, it's the cheapest flight I've got today, and I did it. So that means I was able to see the Bavarian Alps, I was able to go to Salzburg, Vienna and Berlin within one trip. I think I was away for about 9 days, but I was able to see so much. And that is one of the best ways you're able to see the world. Because I know that when we only have a certain amount of holiday allocated for work, usually about 20 to 25 days a year, your time off is really crucial, and it's really important that you see as many places as you can. And I've used this so much. So when I went to California, we hired a car, we went to San Francisco, we went to Yosemite, we went to LA. When I went to Croatia, I went to Split, Zadar, and I went to Šibenik, different places. And from there, I was able to go to different national parks when I was there. I'd gone to Amsterdam, and I flew to Barcelona when I was there. Because what I've realized is that if you do this, you actually do save money as well. So instead of just going, I want to go to Amsterdam, so you get on a flight and you get there, then you come back, you can then think, oh, I can go hop to that city, to that city, to that city. So you've actually ticked a few off your bucket list within one trip. And so I think this is one of my best tips. And the better you get at doing things independently, searching flights on your own, searching for holidays and hotels on your own, you'll be able to do this, no problems at all. And so that is my 5 tips of how you're able to see the world without it affecting your career or your income stream. Now, I guarantee you, if you start to take these steps, you'll find a way to see the world. It's worked for me, and I continue to use these. I have such a big list of countries I want to see, and I plan on getting through all of them. And through these steps, I know that I'm going to do it. And what I want to know in the comments below, if there's something that you do, if you found a way to do what I've just explained, then, and I haven't mentioned the point, please write down the comments, because this channel, I want to create an information hub for everybody that wants to travel, all the things you want to do, because I've realized there's so many great travel channels, but they don't actually really explain how they're able to do it. And this channel is all about helping everyone to achieve the same dreams. And so if you've enjoyed this video and you think it's helped you, please like it, because it really helps me out. And also maybe consider subscribing to make sure you don't miss out on future videos where I'm going to give you the hottest tips to help you save money and travel as much as possible. Until then, I will catch you in the next video.